Hi! Welcome to our story time. How's everybody doing today? I'm so excited to see you. It's a sunshiny Tuesday. Yeah. All right. I'm so excited. We're going to start right off with our welcome song, our hello song, our name song, right? If you don't remember how to do it, it's super easy. You pat your lap, clap your hands. Pat, clap, pat, clap. My name is Ms Brynn, Ms Brynn, Ms Brynn. My name is Ms Brynn. What is yours? And there's your opportunity to tell me your name nice and loud. Good job. We're going to sing it again, and every time I go like this, you say your name nice and loud. Let's do it. Your name is... Your name is... And you're my friend. I'm so glad that you're here. So we are going to do some books today about Black History Month. So the month that we're in is, do you remember? It's February, and February is Black History Month. So we're going to read some books. We're going to read a book about all of our different skin. We're going to read a book about somebody with historical significance. And that's going to change. So today we're reading about George Washington Carver, and on Thursday we're going to read about somebody else. And then our third book is about Black Lives Matter. And so we're going to read 3 books today for Black History Month. We're going to do some songs, and I have a couple tips for your grown-ups today too. So that's going to be something that I'm going to try to do a little more often as well. Okay, so first thing we need to do is get out all of our wiggles. Can you get all your wiggles out? Stand up, get your wiggles out of your arms, and your wiggles out of your legs, and your wiggles out of your head. Get all your wiggles out. I think we're going to do our Put Your Hands song to get our wiggles out before we start our first story. If you don't remember how to do that, you're just going to sing along with me and do what the song says, okay? So the first thing we do is put out our hands. Put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your knees. Put your hands behind you now and listen if you please. Put your hands on your tummy. Put your hands on your toes. Ooh. Put your hands upon your cheeks. Now touch your little nose. Put your hands on your shoulders. Put your hands in the air. Clap your hands, 1, 2, 3. Now rest them softly there. This is a new song, and Ms Brynn's still learning it a little bit. Do you want to try it one more time? I was getting my words a little mixed up. Let's try it one more time, okay? And get all of the rest of our wiggles out. We're going to start with our hands up. Put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your knees. Put your hands behind you now and listen if you please. Put your hands on your tummy. Put your hands on your toes. Put your hands upon your cheeks, now touch your little nose. Put your hands on your shoulders, put your hands in the air. Clap your hands, 1, 2, 3, and rest them softly there. You can have a seat, sit down nice and comfy, and we'll start our very first story. Our first story today is The Skin You Live In. This is written by Michael Tyler and illustrated by David Lee Sitsko. It was written for the Chicago Children's Museum. This is called The Skin You Live In. The Skin You Live In. Hey, look at your skin. The wonderful skin you live in. The skin you're all day in. The skin that you play in. The skin that you snuggle up, cuddle up, lay in. The skin that you beam in. The skin that you scream in. The skin that you dream about eating ice cream in. The skin you have fun in. The skin that you run in. The skin that you hop, skip, and jump in the sun in. The skin you laugh in. The skin that you cry in. The skin that you look to the sky and ask, why in? It's baby born new skin and your family too skin, and glow when it shows that you know that we love you skin. It's face that rain bold skin, and snow angel cold skin, and warm again, let it in, sunshine behold skin. It's trembling fright skin, it's cringes at night skin, and turn off the lights to make birthday cake bright skin. It's whatever you do skin, it's happy it's you skin. You can't live without it, I'm glad it's me too skin. And look at all the shades it comes in, the shades of your colorful skin. Your coffee and cream skin, your warm cocoa dream skin, your chocolate chip double dip sundae supreme skin, your marshmallow treat skin, your spun sugar sweet skin, your cherry topped candy dropped frosting complete skin, your pumpkin pie slice skin, your caramel corn nice skin, your toffee wrapped ginger snapped cinnamon spice skin, your butterscotch gold skin, your lemon tart bold skin, your mountain high apple pie cookie dough rolled skin. Now look once again at your skin, and the skin all people live in. It's not tall skin or short skin or the best of that sports skin or fat skin or thin skin or lose and I win skin. No sad skin, no mad skin, no naturally bad skin. I'm rich and you're poor and you'll never have more skin. It's not dumb skin or smart skin or keep us apart skin or weak skin or strong skin. I'm right and you're wrong skin. No she skin or he skin, you're better than me skin. I'm lesser than you skin, it's me against you skin. It's not any of this, because you're more than you seem. You're all that you think, that you hope, that you dream. You're a gifted creation with imagination. You're a new day desire to reach even higher. You're the feeling that start from deep down in your heart. You're the pride and the joy inside each girl and boy. So, whenever you look at your beautiful skin, from your wiggling toes to your giggling grin, think how lucky you are that the skin you live in so beautifully holds the you who's within. And like flowers in the fields that make wonderful views, when we stand side by side in our wonderful hues, we all make a beauty so wonderfully true. We are special and different and just the same too. And that's the end of that book. See all the beautiful colors? The skin you live in. When I was reading this book, I was thinking about all of the different colors of skin. And I was thinking about, and this is a tip for the grown-ups in your house, there are these wonderful new sets of markers and colored pencils and crayons from Crayola that are called Colors of the World. And they are just full of all these different beautiful skin tones. All these beautiful different skin tones, just like in this book we just read. So if you can get a set of these to color pictures of all of your different types of friends and everybody that you can see in the world, they're just really, really nice. So that was my little plug for today. Let's sing a song. How about that? You ready? I was thinking we could do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It's one of my favorites, and I don't think we've done it during our story time before. So let's do that one. Do you know Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? Yeah, let's do it. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Beautiful. You guys are such good singers. Yeah. Our second book is kind of a long book. Another tip to the grown-ups in your house, one of the things you might see me do is kind of condense what it says on some of the pages. Some of the pages are very, very wordy, but it's a beautiful, beautiful picture book, and I wanted to share it with all of my friends. So I might condense down some of the words just so that we can enjoy it and not get too bored, right? So this book is called The Secret Garden of George Washington Carver. We're going to read this book, and we're going to talk about who George Washington Carver was. And then I have some ideas for some things that you can do to celebrate his life. So this is The Secret Garden of George Washington Carver. It's written by Jean Beretta, illustrated by Frank Morrison. Can anyone remind me what illustrated means? I know that if it's written by, it means he wrote the words. But what did Frank Morrison do if he illustrated this book? You're right. That means he did the pictures. And there are beautiful, beautiful pictures in this book, which is why Ms Brynn picked it. The Secret Garden of George Washington Carver. You see some of those beautiful illustrations already. It almost looks like a photograph. Washington, D.C., 1921. That was 100 years ago. George Washington Carver addresses the U.S. Congress. "We are just beginning to learn the value of the peanut," Carver told the congressmen. And some of them laughed. One man made an unkind remark. As a black man speaking to a room of all white representatives, Carver was not among friends. African Americans were still segregated by U.S. federal law and treated as second-class citizens. Carver had been given only 10 minutes to speak. He gave the audience 10 minutes they would never forget. Carver showed them how peanuts could be used to make dozens of items, including face cream, soap, ink, cheese, instant coffee, paper, paints, glue, and so much more. When his time was up, they were impressed, and they gave him even more time. From the time he was a child, he had a deep desire to share what he knew. So then, why did he once have a secret garden? We're going to go back to when he was a child. In Diamond Grove, Missouri, 1874. This beautiful picture of George Washington Carver as a child in his secret garden. No one knew about the garden George kept hidden in the Carver farm. No one saw how the child cared for his flowers or how much he loved them. When he watered the clovers, their petals curved up like a smile. The black-eyed Susans winked when he patted the soil around their roots. He sang to the dandelions, and they waved to him with their long leaves. People used to tell him that growing flowers was a foolish waste of time. Why don't you grow something you can eat? You can't make money selling flowers. They're only good for attracting bees. Don't let the flowers take you away from your chores. So people are telling him all the reasons why he shouldn't be growing flowers. But when George was very little, he was not super well. He had an older brother who could do a lot of the chores, but he could not because he was pretty sick, which meant he spent less time working and more time exploring. He filled the house with a steady stream of interesting plants and rocks. Susan Carver, who had adopted him and his brother, taught him how to be creative when he was little and with what little they had. Nothing was wasted. Turkey feathers were used to make sewing needles. They made dyes from nuts and berries. They used plants and leaves for medicine. Every day he ran into the woods to discover something new. I want to know the name of every stone and flower and insect and bird and beast, he said. But education was limited. George had only one book that he read dozens of times. He said, "I wish I could go to school with the white children." Slavery had ended, but U.S. segregation laws still denied black people the same rights as whites. George decided to create his own classroom in the woods and studied the subject he loved most, nature. And no matter how much people discouraged him, he wanted to grow flowers. He decided to grow them in a secret garden that no one could find and tease him. It became a magical place for him. Tiny seeds went into the dirt and transformed into beautiful flowers. Each day, George rolled the soil between his fingers to make sure it wasn't wet or too dry. Some plants needed more rain, and some needed more sun. At first, gardening was difficult because he couldn't ask for help and reveal his secret. But the more he experimented, the more he learned. He would paint pictures of the flowers, using berries to make paints and twigs and grasses to make the brushes. He learned how to protect the roots through the winter so flowers could be reborn in the spring. It was a special garden and would have remained secret forever, but eventually the young boy's generosity changed that. Do you know what it means to be generous? Yeah, it means that he cared about other people, and that's why he opened up his garden. We're going to find out some more. When George met a neighbor with a sick plant or flower, he offered to care for it. Part of his garden became a plant hospital. Wilting plants went in, and blooming plants came out. No one could believe that such a small child had so many big ideas. You know that small children can have big ideas, right? Yeah, Ms Brynn knows that too. Sometimes kids have the best ideas. "Here comes the plant doctor," people would say whenever George came to visit. George knew that there was so much more to see in the world, so even though he enjoyed sharing his garden, he went away to learn more. At the age of 12, he said goodbye to his garden and set off on his own for a new adventure. In Missouri, he lived with Mariah Watkins, who gave him advice he carried into adulthood. "Learn all you can, George, then give it all back to our people." Over the next 18 years, he lived in several states and attended many schools to study art and agriculture. Agriculture is farming. It wasn't easy. After being accepted to Highland College in 1885, the all-white school refused to let him in when they learned that he was African American. But the young man was determined to get an education. In 1896, George Washington Carver became the first black man to study at, graduate from, and teach at Iowa Agricultural College. The same year, Booker T. Washington, president of the Tuskegee Institute, hired him to teach agriculture. When Carver first arrived, he said, "Everything looks hungry. The land, the cotton, the cattle, the people." Farmers were in trouble. Cotton crops were destroying their land. With little money and second-rate equipment, Carver built Tuskegee's first farming laboratory. He experimented with new crops to replace cotton, like sweet potatoes or soybeans, but it was the peanut that was his champion. It had nutrients to nourish and refresh the soil. He convinced farmers to grow peanuts and then developed over 300 uses for them. It wasn't long before peanuts became the largest crop in the South. Carver also created a traveling schoolhouse called the Jessup Agricultural Wagon to visit poor farmers. He would show them everything from tool demonstrations to medical care to pamphlets on how to improve their farms and their lives. In the first summer, the wagon visited over 6,000 people. When he traveled, people went to hear him speak. After his historic day in front of U.S. Congress, on that first page, he became a living folk hero. He was also recognized as an early environmentalist, a voice for racial harmony, and an advisor to world leaders. Since his day on the Carver farm, one thing never changed. Day after day, I spent in the woods alone in order to collect my floral beauties and put them in my little garden I had hidden in the brush, not far from the house. That was a quote from him. And then he says, regard nature, revere nature, respect nature. Isn't that a beautiful picture? I just had to share this story with you. I found that George Washington Carver's life was very interesting, all of the things that he invented, but I also thought that this book was just beautiful. One of the ways grown-ups can use this story to do some activities this week, one of the things that George Washington Carver invented was a shaving cream. So shaving cream art would be a fun thing to do this week to kind of honor him. He also obviously grew lots of different types of plants. So learning about planting something or planting a garden would be fun this week. And also, if you can eat peanuts, if you're not allergic to peanuts, which a lot of people are, but if you're not, you could eat something with peanuts or peanut butter to kind of honor George Washington Carver. It's a historic figure that's very important. All right, we talked about how this is Black History Month, and it's what month again? Do we remember what month it is? Yep, it's February. Let's do our month's song, and we will stand up when I say February, okay? We're like halfway through this month already. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. All right, get ready to jump up when I say February, okay? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. Let's do it one more time, okay? And jump up and put your arms in the air when I say February. Ready? Okay. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. Great job. It is February 15th, 2022. It is a Tuesday. We just did our month song, but why don't we do our days of the week song and remind us what days of the week we have? Today is Tuesday, but we start our song on Sunday. Ready? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Let's sing it again, and this time we'll put our fingers up so we can double check if it's really 7, okay? All right, ready? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Let's count them just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days in a week. Great job. So we are still in February, which means our season hasn't changed yet either. Do you remember what season we're in? It's not spring. In the spring, it's rainy and the flowers start to grow, just like the flowers that George Washington Carver was growing. So it's not spring. It's not summer. In the summer, it's hot and the sun is shining. It's not summertime yet. It's not fall or autumn, that's when it starts to get a little bit cold and the leaves fall off the trees. That means it's winter. Right, it's winter. The snow is falling and it's very cold. We're going to do our winter sit-down song, which is Down, Down, Cold and White. So you guys get to be snowflakes. Go ahead and stand up. If you're not standing up right now, go ahead and stand up. And you're going to be a snowflake, and you're going to fall from the sky and then sit down quietly. And we'll do it 2 times. Ready? Be a snowflake. Down, down, cold and white. Snow is falling day and night. Good job. One more time. Down, down, cold and white. Snow is falling day and night. Excellent job, my friends. Our last book today is called When We Say Black Lives Matter. This book is written and illustrated by Maxine Beneba Clark. This is a new book that we just got here at the library. And I am going, when I'm done reading it, I'm going to put it back on the shelf so that you guys can take it out if you are interested in it. This book is called When We Say Black Lives Matter. Little one, when we say Black Lives Matter, we're saying black people are wonderful strong. That we deserve to be treated with basic respect, and that history's done us wrong. Little love, when we call out Black Lives Matter, we're saying walk with us. Raise your voice. Tenor, baritone, alto, soprano will make a jazz howl of noise. When we scream out Black Lives Matter and we march against falling night, we're saying enough is enough is enough, and we need to put things right. Darling, when we sing that Black Lives Matter and we're dancing through the streets, we're saying fear will not destroy our joy, defiance in our feet. When we whisper Black Lives Matter, we're remembering the past, all the terrible things that were said and done. We're saying they trouble our hearts. When we sob that Black Lives Matter, we're saying trouble still stalks to this day. That we've seen it, monster in the shadows, and must all help drive it away. My sweet, when we bellow Black Lives Matter, we're saying ain't no freedom till we get ours. And all black folks still suffering will stand with you, we vow. When we smile Black Lives Matter, we're raising our spirits high. We're saying we are here and we are enough, black, beautiful, brave, my child. When we laugh that Black Lives Matter, that's the ancestors inside. A thundering on djembe drums and guiding us steady to rise. When we know that Black Lives Matter, then darling, we know our worth, that we are as precious as every soul whose story has journeyed the earth. We see you, black child magic, your radiant black shine. We hear your Black Lives Matter. And we know we'll be all right. That book was called When We Say Black Lives Matter. And this one and the others will be on the shelves here at the Cazenovia Public Library for you guys to take out. When I see you again on Thursday, we're going to be talking about another historical figure, but we will read the other 2 books again as long as they haven't been taken out, or I'll pick something else, okay? That's the end of our time, my friends. So we're going to sing our goodbye song, and I will see you again on Thursday, okay? Put your elbow in your hand. You're going to wave like this. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. See you next time. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. See you next time. Goodbye, friends. Bye, everybody. I'll see you next time.